Today we're going to start with another warm-up. So we're going to start in Sukhasana. I'm sitting on a block. I'll go ahead and pull anything extra out so you're on your sit bones. We're going to roll the shoulders down and back, lengthen from the coccyx to the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head, and come into the breath. So we're going to inhale, belly expands. We're going to exhale, belly comes to the spine. We're going to do Pranayama with our warm-up this week. So we're going to bring your hand to your nose, and we're going to inhale through the nose, and as we exhale through our nose, we're going to pretend we have a mirror and we're fogging the mirror. So we're going to warm up the breath in the back of our throat. So we're going to inhale, exhale, and it almost makes a hissing sound. But I like that to really, it warms up the throat, and in turn it's warming up all of the areas around that. So we're going to roll the shoulders down and back. So I'm going to take my left hand and walk it away. Inhale, raise the right arm, exhale, and as I do that I'm pressing the hand back towards the wall behind me. Inhale, pull just a little bit further up. Exhale, come down. We're going to walk the right hand away. Inhale, exhale, push the hand away. We can bring it a little further over. We're active all the way through the fingertips here. So now we're going to inhale, raise the arms. When we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. We're going to hook the hand on that right knee, hook the left hand on the right knee, really opening the back shoulder here, pressing the scapulas or the shoulder blades away from the ears, keeping nice length in the spine. Inhale, arms up, exhale, down and twist. And we're really keeping length in the spine here, nice and tall. Come back to the middle. We're going to bring the hands to the knees, pressing the scapulas down the back actively, and we're going to laterally flex the neck and then rotate to the same side. Back to the center, and we're going to laterally flex the neck the other direction. And rotate the same way. Come back to the middle. We're going to rotate, press the scapula down the back, and just tip the chin slightly down and look at, so I'm turning to the right and I'm looking at my right knee. And then we're going to go to the other side. Remember, keep the scapula pushing down the back. Now we're going to round forward like a seated cat-cow. And then pull the shoulder blades together. So we're activating that middle trap, the rhomboids here. Okay, and then we're going to bring one head out in front. Now it's very important during this that we keep our shoulder blade pushing down. We're going to inhale, exhale, and pull it across. So this is going to stretch out supraspinatus. If you're tight in your middle delt here, it's stretching out all the muscles that do abduction of the shoulder, and a couple muscles that shrug the shoulder up. Inhale, we exhale. And we're not twisting. This is not a twist. We're stretching out the arm and the shoulder a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come down onto our mat. And we're going to come into staff pose. Now if your hamstrings are really tight, you can put a blanket underneath your hips to lift a little bit. Coming into staff, option here, if you're really tight, you can put a strap around the feet. So we have the toes pulling up towards the knees, the kneecaps are pulling up towards the hips to activate the quads. We're starting to warm up the back of the leg, the posterior side. Nice straight back. Now you don't have to use a strap. You could just come here. So we're gonna come back onto our block now into Sukhasana again. And our peak pose this month is gonna really open the sides of the body. So we're gonna warm that up. We're gonna really start warming up for that. And I'm gonna grab an extra block, depends on how tight you are. So we're going to come into a more extended lateral flexion. So I'm gonna move that just in case I don't need it. Walk the hand away and really, so I can come down here, or I could come onto a block so that I'm more stable, and really grounding down. I'm really grounding down through this hip, and then really reaching with this hand that's extended. Now we want to, we're flexing the whole spine, but we want to maintain integrity, that we're not letting it fall. That the upper body is not just leaning over and laying there, it's active. So inhale, exhale, we're reaching, we're stretching out the lat here. And we're gonna go to the other side. Now you don't have to have the block, I think it's a nice option. So that if you get, like, this side's a little bit tighter for me. So if I get here and I find, okay, I really need to focus on keeping this hip down, I'm gonna rest on this block because that helps to be able to focus where you need to focus. And we're pressing away with the hand here. We want our sit bones to stay in contact with our mat. And then I'm going to hook things back on there. So we're going to come onto our back here. And we're going to grab a strap. You don't have to have a strap if you don't want to. I prefer the straps with the hook, but this one works too. So we're going to come into reclined extended hand to big toe. So the right leg is active. We're pushing through the heel, the leg that's down, the leg that's up. We're pulling the toes. Strap is around the ball of the foot. And we're pulling the toes towards the knee. The kneecap is pulling towards the hips because we're opening up the back of the leg here. So we want to engage the front of the leg. And then we're going to let it drop over to the side. And we're keeping our core active too. And come back to the middle. We're going to swap out feet here. Now the leg that's extended, remember, that's all engaged because we don't want it to just roll out. So we're really active in the front of the leg here. We're active in the tibialis anterior and the shin. We're active in the quad. We're active in this glute. And our shoulder blades are pressing into the mat here. Keep them plugged into the floor. And then we're going to go out to the side with this one. Then we're going to bring our feet together here and drop them down. So we're really opening up the adductors. If you're really tight, you can use a block here. We're lengthening down through the tailbone, all the way through the crown of the head. So with each breath, you can try and get the knees a little bit lower. And if you're really tight, it's always an option to use a block under the knees. We will continue our sequence next week.